So let's take a look at this video.
Women hating on us, they wish they could get like us, they wish I could be like us, bitch. We're the blueprint of this shit, honey. Is you cool? Is you cool? Makes sense. We're the real bitches of the bitches. Are you cool? We're the real women. We're not fish. Bitch, we're real deal. Girls. Fuck. Oh.
Now let's also take a look at this video. So both of these videos show two BOK women who have a problem with trans women. One is being recorded behind her back as she's going down the escalator. The other is just beating on her chest like a caveman for absolutely no reason in protest of not being seen as a blueprint. You see how all of these other people are moving through the airport, minding their own business, not worried about what anyone else is doing? However, it's the BLK woman who pulls out her phone and makes it a point to try to embarrass a trans woman. They didn't have an altercation. They didn't have an issue with one another from what I can tell based on the video. The issue is this woman who was recording the trans woman going down the elevator is simply bothered by her appearance and felt entitled to put her on blast. So here we are. And I think the unprovoked part of this conversation is really important because when you are provoked and you respond, then it becomes, you don't like women, you want to be me so bad, you wish you had a vagina, you'll never be a real woman. All of that becomes the conversation. Not the fact that you recorded me coming down the escalator. Not the fact that you put on your Shein vest and a paper-thin blonde wig and got online and just started talking about me out of absolutely nowhere. That becomes secondary. What becomes primary is the fact that now you're offended because I'm speaking up for myself and challenging you on how you look, on how you present, because you're challenging me on how I present. And somehow, even though you are the provocateur, you are now playing the victim in these scenarios. Then turning around and asking, are we cool? No, boo, are you cool? Because who gets dressed up, again, in their Shein vest, in a paper-thin blonde wig, and clearly feeling themselves, right? And then decides to attack a whole community of people unprovoked. Like, I don't understand the logic behind that. You followed me down an escalator. You pulled out your camera and recorded me at the airport. But if I attack you back and attack you on whatever I see as attackable, then suddenly you're the victim. Again, suddenly is you're mad because you can't have kids. Who's mad if you're the one who initiated this confrontation? I didn't say a word to you. I'm just traveling to and fro, minding my own business, and you pulled out a camera and recorded me. But I'm jealous of you. I have a problem with you. I'm mad because I can't be you. Make that make sense for me. And I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of it has to do with seeking the attention of men, because so much of the conversation around trans women is about not being real, not being able to bear children, not having a vagina, all of those things, right? And I believe that some cis women, some bio women have a tendency or propensity to believe that that makes them better than trans women. And you are correct if that man is seeking the things that you find to be valuable. And I honestly feel some women have a problem with what they deem to be fake women getting real men, finding real love, living real lives, because they don't feel that trans women are entitled to that level of happiness. See, all of those things are superficial. You can't measure my womanhood by a BBL. You can't measure my womanhood by hair extensions. It's in every cell of who I am. I was born this way. I know it's hard for you guys to believe and conceptualize that, but it's true. And so when people feel that I owe them homage for me being the woman that I am, yes, I take issue with that. Watching this girl beat on her chest and point at things that are not there, and in my opinion, cosplaying a very specific iteration of a black woman, is not something that I find aspirational. That's not who I would ever want to be as a woman. My blueprint for womanhood is my mother first and foremost. My blueprint for womanhood is powerful black women. Women like Maya Angelou, women like Angela Davis, Asada Shakur, Toni Morrison, Nikki Giovanni, intelligent, thought-provoking women, Iyanla Vanzant, even Oprah, Michelle Obama, women who use power, women who use intelligence, women who move kindness to move the needle forward for all women, for all people. That is what I aspire to be like. I don't aspire to hop online, starting beef with people that I don't even know, beating on my chest, again, pointing at objects that are not even in the room, and thinking that that's the blueprint for womanhood. Yes, I've seen the dollhouse, so I know that there are some trans women who buy into this iteration of womanhood, but I just want you to know that not all trans women do. There are some of us who take our womanhood very seriously, and this is not the blueprint.